There are plenty of van life channels out there that tell you how to do it right. They've done all the research, they've collected all the pieces that they need, and there's like a little bit of stress, but there's like not a lot of stress. That's not what you're gonna see here. I've been watching van lifer videos with these tiny vans, and all of them have the layout that I have now, except for most of them look like a lot nicer. I was recently trying to figure out, is there a way that I could do this where I could have a little bit more space, maybe actually commit to doing an actual van build? And then I realized I'm 5 feet tall. I can treat this van like a big van because I don't take up that much space. I had an idea, a glorious idea, to be able to come back to my homeland and do this van build in basically 2 days. Well, it is day number 5. And I'm gonna show you how the heck we got here. Now let me show you my plan. This is actually layout number 2. I already did another layout when I first went over to the West Coast, and then I got bored and then I made another one. Do we see how much room I have at the end of the van? I fit. Look, I basically fit, right? Naturally, this caused me on no other day but Christmas night to, rather than sleep off my coma, to make an entirely new plan on a build out. Look, I see a lot of tall people living in vans, and they don't really fit on their mattresses either, so now I'll just be a short person that also gets to join that club by choice. I don't really know what I'm doing except for having a theater education degree, which did cover some technical theater, but we're gonna see if I can actually do this build out. I'm probably gonna make a lot of folks angry because they're gonna look at my build and be like, that makes no sense. I would hate that. Did you know people on the internet have feelings? Here's what happened. Demo time. This is the second or third time that I've done this. And I will probably, well, we'll see if I do it again. Here's to my pet project, everybody. Also, I don't know why I just had to realize this. This van is mine, and I can do with it as I like. I got really obsessed with doing a no-build build, and now I'm just sort of like, why was I like that? Yes, I'm going to therapy. Haven't seen that in a while. Seems a lot bigger when there's nothing inside. All of this fit in the van. And a size down the bed, that fit in the van.
Well, I'm busy right now. I'm fixing to become famous. This is what I wanted to do for a living. I was young. Every shop class I could in Georgia. My father, we moved up here. He said, "You're not taking any more shop classes."
Now you're living your dream.
Now I'm living my dream.
Can I see the prints? All right. That's what we're doing. That right there. That's also what we're doing. That there. And for any of you that happen to be wondering, where have you been, Rebecca? On the road? Yeah, I had a lapse in my content. A 7-month long lapse. I did actually take this van behind me all the way from the coast of North Carolina over to the coast of Northern California and back again. I even have a tumbleweed from Wyoming stuck in the front of the grill. May she live long and prosper. But I still have all those videos, so I don't know, we'll see what happens. At the local Lowe's. Let's go. So we had all the measurements, right?
We did.
Yeah, where are the measurements?
Well, they're not in this cart here.
They're somewhere. We'll find
somewhere.
them. Yeah.
It's excellent that I have a photographic memory.
Do you?
Absolutely. Sheet right here.
Mm-hmm.
This guy. I think that's thick enough for you to lay on.
Yes. Get stuff. That's $110. That right there. I've only got so much left.
This is priceless.
Yeah. All right. It's gonna be the bed. Made a pit stop.
I got Coke Zeros, flowers for Jan, and
This build is not sponsored by Coke Zero, but you think it would be. It's still winter, we're losing daylight, and we apparently need a saw blade for the saw that's being borrowed, so the project will be on hold until tomorrow morning, and I moved most of my valuables, kind of shoved them in there for the time being. We're at day 2. We got this beautiful, potentially snowy weather. I actually got to stay inside last night because I didn't have any of my heat stuff up or anything like that, but either way, I still look exactly as I look right now because here's sleeping on a futon, but hey, there was heat inside. Everything's covered up. Gotta take everything I put in the van for safety, pull it out, and then we're actually gonna start building. Now that we actually have a proper saw blade, which was the wrong size that was bought that we forgot yesterday. It's gonna be a great process, y'all. It's absolutely a great process. So grateful to be, I'm not being sarcastic, I'm so grateful to be here. I have these safety classes now for any safety related things because I did not have that the last time we sawed stuff. Anyway, we left the measurements somewhere. When I say we, I mean my dear stepfather, Alan. Here's the thing though. I believe that there was something not aligned with what I actually wanted with the measurements at the time. So I think the reason why they were left somewhere was because they're supposed to be measured differently. So here's to hoping. I'm actually feeling good about that. And I'm gonna remeasure and tape some things out. At some point, we're gonna do a comparison of what I have filmed and then forgot that I had filmed on there before I did these measurements, but it's okay. And then this blueprint that I put on tape because it's what I had. I'm gonna explain this to Alan and see what he thinks. Okay, are you ready to see what I did?
Yes.
It's what I have.
You'll be here, and I'll give you that, and I'll give you that much room.
Yeah.
So I think that'll work. Cut 3 more. How about that?
I'm like really excited about this. Like it's an actual build. I actually get to build my van.
There ain't nothing that you can't fix. Give it enough time and money.
Sage advice
Yep.
from the
I
icon.
don't know what that means. A feminist icon? What is that?
Means a true ally to women.
Well, I like women. I'm married one. Yeah, me and women, we go a long ways back.
Married one, and you care about her feelings.
Oh, when she's feeling good, things go good. When she ain't, we got a problem. 24 7/8, wasn't it?
Probably done 25. We just have to be in
Do what?
and 7/8. 24 and 7/8.
I mean, we could do just round numbers and have something that looks like some cartoon character put together. All right, that bag of screws we got yesterday, you have any idea where that is?
I feel like I put it somewhere so it'd be safe.
Maybe in front seat of the bank. I don't know.
I thought I put it out here. I have to organize everything, otherwise I'll never find it.
And I just sort of throw stuff around, hoping somebody else will organize it.
There they are.
Ah! Bing, bing.
In a place that made no sense.
That was me. You can probably find the other stuff over there, the plants. The ones I lost yesterday.
The ones that are in Lowe's.
Yeah,
You
they're on
said they just migrated back here.
some shelf of Lowe's. That's funny. Look at these guys. 24 7/8.
And 7/8.
Nothing's ever easy.
So that's what happened. I should have said something yesterday. I thought about it. I was like, these are huge screws, man.
Let me go see what I got.
I'm in a journey to find my voice. Here I am, 34, still trying to figure it out. Life is a journey. It's all learning. Going back to Lowe's, technically Alan's second trip of the day, my first. We have a whole list. What'd you find?
Found it.
Yeah, it's great. Second trip, an additional just under $100. So I only have so many hundreds left before, well, we'll find out. So we had lunch. I took a nap, like 30 minutes, and then I come back to this. This guy just did that. And it makes me think that I'm slowing you down.
Nah.
We'll see. We'll see, everybody.
I'm in your business, but I don't know your business. Now, where's my measuring tape? Where I throw that thing? I don't know where.
And in the event it was not already clear, we're doing a lot of measuring for the bed because that's going to be the primary piece. And underneath the bed are these baskets. I hold everything in these baskets from clothes to supplies, all kinds of stuff. So we want to be sure that all 4 of the baskets are able to fit under the bed. And then at some point we get a guest appearance from my mom who's letting us know what the details are for dinner. Thank you, Mom, and thank you for randomly also helping us out at the right time. And what Saturday would be complete at the old ancestral land without a bunch of neighbors and family coming by to all ask questions about what is going on. We prevail, the sun eventually comes out, and then I get to test out what it feels like to be laying down much higher than I was before. As I knew the memory foam mattress would need to be cut down, I called my partner who used to work in a mattress store and would know the ins and outs of working with potentially dangerous and harmful materials that were double wrapped inside of the mattress. So, well, I was given the information to make sure that it did not touch my skin and that I wore gloves and goggles and masks and all that sort of thing. And from here, you're going to see how much higher I am on top of the mattress. I know some van lifers don't put full mattresses in their vans. Oops, I did.
You all right?
Yeah, it's just enough.
What now?
It's just enough space. I think for tonight, I'm gonna load things up, put the bins in,
Yeah.
make the bed, and then we'll eat. Think about.
All right, I want to show you something when you get down.
Okay.
And I think I got an idea.
All right.
But you're right, I got to get the bins in there to see how much room we have to play with.
We're about 5 minutes out with whatever stopping point.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Go check it out, man.
I fit.
You fit.
I don't think I'll fit with that big pillow, but I'll fit with the small one.
Your baskets look good.
Yeah.
It was the desired outcome, wasn't it?
Yeah. Wow. I'm sleeping in the sky.
I needed about an inch shorter. Go ahead.
Well, get this. So I looked at it and I was like, oh, when I measured, I didn't account for the 2x4s. So it's actually 2 inches higher than it needs to be.
Are you claustrophobic?
Nah.
Okay, cool.
I tend to not get claustrophobic
Okay,
about
okay.
things like that.
Yeah.
I had a tool set the whole time. This is a good thing to remember for another time.
Yeah.
I had everything I needed, eh?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, it's just moving a lot. It's dinner. Wow. It's been a day. I want to show you the view of the moon. Look at that. Let me give you a good one. Bam. Full moon on this January night. I have the hiccups. Tomorrow, gotta build a mini desk over here. Gotta put up the cubes and frame them so they don't fall over. However, it would seem that the major thing, this feels so official. I feel like I can see anything from here. How cool. I fit. Something my mom brought up was I really wanted to be able to sit up in bed. And that's why I initially cut the legs off of the bed frame. But mainly that's because I wanted to be able to sit up and work. So once I have the desk, I'll be able to sit down here and actually do my work. And I'm looking forward to that. Till tomorrow, everybody. Day 3.
Back at the Lowe's.
This is another $125. So I'm nearing $375. It's okay. We definitely did not just saw that in the parking lot of Lowe's because their saw was broken on the inside. So nope, that's not what happened there. Went to Lowe's. Now need to unload the Lowe's and actually get to it. It's like middle of the afternoon on the last weekend day that we have, and well, I had to do other stuff this morning. We all Kind of did. We're losing daylight. Let's go. Cutting panels was a lot of trial and error that took all three of us to hold them up against the van. And no, you're gonna see that we did not create a skeleton framing on the inside of the van, which is customary. I didn't want to lose the space. And yeah, lots of trial and error with the cutting and all of that. And I'll be real, I got pretty down on myself. You're seeing the sun going down and it doesn't look like much was done. I was hoping to be done. I have a full day of work tomorrow. For me, hit that spot where it just seems like nothing's working, and I know that it is, but it feels like it's not because it's not there yet. So we had a break, and then I came back and I stared at the van for a really long time, and then I thought, maybe this could be easier. And so I rearranged things in there. I'm hoping that my original thought is what happens. Well, not my original thought, but my new thought. I hope my new thought can happen. This is the ultimate game of Tetris. I'm just gonna let this lie to the best of my ability, come back to it tomorrow. I've really got less than a day left. Here's hoping. It's cold. I've not seen the sun today. I've had a full day of work and I am doubting everything. Part of me wants to just go back home to Wilmington, maybe try again in a month. I've come up with a bunch of different ideas. I don't know. Alan has also had a full day of work and is not back yet. So I will be curious to see what can be done today. Though he is getting a special kind of screw, so at least I think we're gonna get the walls and the ceiling up today. But I've been playing musical chairs and Tetris since about this time yesterday. We will see what happens. Or not, if I can end this. Part of my new plan is to put the little cubbies on the ground rather than elevating them, and you're seeing me reinforce it with the L brackets. Alan here is helping with putting the paneling up on the van because I was having difficulties. I did figure it out though, so thank you, Alan. And here's me putting up decorations, which is something I could control. Doing my best. Technically the end of day 4. Tomorrow will be spent cleaning up. I am very much a perfectionist. I always have been. I know I will be able to look back and really think how cool this is later. Right now I keep thinking of different things I could have done differently. But it's still pretty cool. I am grateful to have parents that let me do stuff like this and who help and support me. I'm very grateful. We'll see what comes about with the final touches tomorrow, and then I head back to Wilmington. It is mid-afternoon of day 5. And we're not done. I spent the morning cleaning up the mess and taking scraps down to the barn. Already, if this is glaring at you the way it is me, yeah, I'm going back to get a sewing machine. However, is it done enough? Yes. Will I be giving you a full tour? No. I'm under the impression that in order to fully understand whether or not this is going to work, I need to actually live in it first. I still got a few things that I'm putting up here and there, but this is it. Just for the gag, real quick. Is it snug? Yeah, absolutely. Though I think about how many guys are in their Ram Pro Masters, and they're well over 6 feet, and they're just kind of crammed in like this too. The main question has been, can I turn over? And if you just saw that terrible display of me trying to get up here, the answer is yes. I hit here, but if I need to stretch out, it's not so hard. And look at all the space that I've gained. In fact, I have more space underneath my bed than I really know what to do with. I just have a bunch of empty bins at this point, which, that's new. Now I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, wow, Rebecca, that looks really uncomfortable. Well, to each their own, am I right? Look, if I'm gonna be 5 feet and nothing else is really gonna fit me, like seriously, so few things in life fit me, might as well make a van that fits me. It is mine after all. That being said, I will show you what I got so far. Then once I really try things out, I'll give you a full tour. What I will tell you is that this entire build out was less than $400. Does it have electricity? No. Have I ever needed electricity? No. I have a power bank. I have tap lights. They work just fine for me. Does it have plumbing? No. I have crossed the entire country and back again, and I've always been able to find a restroom. For emergencies, I've got a little lady urinal, and it works just fine when I needed it. Let's go check them out. So one, I actually have insulation on the floors, which is new. Very excited for that. I've got a little mat that I can take out when I need to clean it. I have my little pillow now, which I'm actually really excited about. Trying to figure out some way to cover up these holes in the curtains, to be determined on that one. And here's a lot of my office stuff. Not all of it is put up yet, but this is what I was talking about with my various things. Some of these bins are now empty. I was able to consolidate here. That's where my jackery is. And that's all I've ever needed for power. So it's all very accessible and easy to find. And then, as I said, I have my other office things. I was able to fit this basket behind my cubbies and cover a lot of it with this cool tile wallpaper that I've been using for some time now. And then we go around to the side. Let's see what my garage space looks like. A lot of space. It's pretty well empty. That's my garage and emergency gear there. And as you see, the mattress just fits. Nothing snags in the door. Over here on the other side of my garage, if you will, that's where my pillow is. I'll still be able to look out. And then I've got a few building materials and things I don't use much, plus my hiking gear when I need to pull it out. But oftentimes I'm just doing day hikes and I don't need anything too serious. And that's my van. Very different from last. Dare I ask, what do you think? All in all, when looking at the cost of this build, as well as everything from before, and that includes something to start my battery if I need it, an air compressor, a lot of emergency things. Those were the really expensive things. The jackery box was the most expensive. All of that together was about 2,200, roughly in that range. Not bad. Now, could I sell this to anybody and have them accept it as is? Probably not, unless they were under 5 feet. Once again, is it perfect for me? We'll find out. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. I hope that I've been able to pop a bubble through the perfection that is the hashtag van life right now. Please know I have done this. I'm just another real person trying to go out there and find happiness in the only way that I know how. Lots of change. So if that resonates with you, please follow, like, and subscribe. Now I get to get back to Wilmington and see if everything stays put.